top of the first. And that's going to bring lefty Grant Lictus to the plate. See if he can find a hole in this infield. At least get one across here in the first.
Yeah.
There's a ball in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher. Saves likely a run with the speed of Caden Beckrink at third base.
And that backstop is quite a ways back, so
yeah,
if it gets past the catcher, it's going to go away.
And there's a foul behind the plate. So that evens the count at 1 here to Grant Lictus. I don't believe, Pat, we have a roster yet for
not for Frewsburg. They're putting it in our book in the dugout, so they're going to bring it to me when they're done with it.
Ball high outside. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the senior from Clymer. And there's a foul down the third base line.
I believe pitching for Frewsburg is Chase Haglund. Can't go any further than that for you, though.
2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a big spot. Even though it's early, Pat, it's a big spot to see if we can try to get a run or 2 across the plate. And there is strike 3 looking. So CSP threatens here in the top of the first, but strand 2. And so after a half inning, we have no score. We'll be right back where we'll see the first of the bats of Frewsburg.
We'll go back here out of the wind.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9 and Facebook Live, where CSP invades the Frewsburg Bears, and after a half inning, we have no score. CSP in that top half of the first threatened with a couple base runners, one on second, one on third, but unable to get one across. So we're going to see Frewsburg for the first time at the plate, and leading off and starting today is Chase Haglund. And he's going to face CSP's ace pitcher, Tate Catanese. And that looks like a ball there. So traditional lineup for the Wolfpack when Tate is pitching. Obviously Grant Lictus behind the plate, Bryce Hinsdale at first. And there's a ball outside. So 2 balls and no strikes. Tanner Mahako at second. Gavin Burchanowski moves over from his third base position to, there's a foul ball over here by the vehicles.
Broke a piece off of that car, it did.
Did it?
It broke a chunk off of the car. Yeah.
So at shortstops, Gavin Burchanowski and Colin Sturgis mans the hot corner at third. You've got Carson White in left field, Caden Beckrink in center and Andrew Spiesman in right. And there's a ground ball to short. Here comes Gavin up throwing, and Hagelin's going to beat it out. So an infield single to start off the inning for the Bears.
It was a long run for Gavin to get to that ball and make that throw.
And that's going to bring Brink to the plate.
But he kept it in the infield, so that's a good thing. You know, because Hagelin probably would have tried to go to second had it snuck through there.
So I would imagine they're aggressive, Pat. So I would imagine we're going to see Hagelin stealing here relatively quickly. Ball inside for ball one. If you're Tate, you want to make them hitters, let your defense play, and take an opportunity. I think you want to take advantage of the lower half of this lineup. And there's a fly ball to left field,
Carson.
And that's going to be well hit over Carson's head, and that's going to bring Hagelin. He's going to round third, and he is going to score. So stand-up double for Brink, and that's going to make it 1-0 Frewsburg. Well hit ball over Carson White's head in left field. And that's going to bring Sheasley to the plate. One through 9, they're all pretty good hitters, but I think we got to take advantage of the bottom half of this because they're really
their top end.
Top end is very
strong, very strong. Yeah.
So no outs here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Frewsburg, and there goes Brink, and he's going to stand up. Stolen base at third. That ball was in the dirt, so 1 ball and no strikes to the batter. And he's up there swinging foul. That evens the count at 1.
Well, what Tate's got to do is just throw strikes and let them hit the ball, and we got to play defense to stop it.
Yep.
You know, we can't let them get on by walks. They're going to make them earn every time.
And that's no different, Pat. When we're batting too, we want to do the same thing. We want to put the ball in play, and
yep.
I think that was a strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter.
Nice to get an out here.
Yeah, the big swing and a miss for
Good.
Much needed strikeout for Tate Catanese, and that's out number 1 of the inning. All right.
Yep, we're back.
We're back. We're back. So,
lost power for a little second there, folks.
yeah.
I think it's because of the sunny weather.
We may lose power again here. We're going to switch over from a vehicle to the battery pack here in a second. No, wrong button, Dad. So we got 1 ball to the batter. Ball outside, so now they've updated the scoreboard. It's 3 balls and 1 strike to Ekman. And there's a well-hit ball to left field. Carson White is underneath it, so he's going to make the grab for out number 2. But that is going to score Brink from third. So sacrifice fly, RBI sacrifice fly for Ekman. And that's going to bring the score to be 2-0 Frewsburg here in the bottom of the first. And that's going to bring Eckert to the plate with the bases clear now with 2 outs. Big lefty.
Good-sized young man right there. I think he hit the ball hard when we played him the first time.
It's a big swing and a miss for strike 1. CSP lost to Frewsburg over in Clymer earlier in the year by a score of
13-3.
That game was much closer than the score would indicate.
Sure was.
They scored a fair number of runs kind of late in garbage time in that game, if I remember correctly. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the big lefty here. And there's a fly ball to center, and Caden Beckrink is underneath it and makes the grab. So 3rd out of the inning, but not until Frewsburg puts 2 on the board. So after 1, it's 2-0 Frewsburg. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98. Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back to Frewsburg, New York, where CSP trails 2-0 to the Frewsburg Bears as we enter the top half of the 2nd inning. And CSP is going to bring 6, 7, and 8 hitters to the plate. CSP with Threaten back in the 1st with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 1 out, and we're unable to get a run across. So see if we can do some damage here in the 2nd. There's a swing and a miss for Carson White. No balls and 2 strikes. And there's strikeout number 1 of the inning for Hagelin, and out number 1. So that's going to bring Colin Sturgis to the plate, playing 3rd base today. No balls and 1 strike. Big swing and a miss for Colin for strike 2. So Hagelin very efficient here to start the 2nd inning. CSP might have caught a break there.
Caught a break there, yeah. I thought he went for sure, but they said no. So
1 ball and 2 strikes to Colin Sturgis. There's a big swing and a miss for strikeout number 2 and out number 2 of the inning. So 7 pitches and 2 outs here for Hagelin, and that's going to bring Andrew Spiesman to the plate. There's a fly ball over to center field, and the center fielder, for dramatics, makes it acrobatic.
Yes, he did.
But he got the job done. So 1, 2, 3 inning and an 8-pitch inning for Hagelin there. And after 1.5, the Wolfpack trail 2-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP licensed real estate agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's modern rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Welcome back to Frewsburg on a beautiful a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. CSP trails by a score of 2-0, and
Kyle, I'm getting frustrated with this wind. I like the warmth, but
causing issues with your book.
Yes, it is. All right, so there's Peterson.
So number 16, Peterson. So we're going to see 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Frewsburg in this bottom half of the second. Tate Catanese gets inning number 2 under his belt and throws first pitch is a ball. And there's a ground ball to third. Colin Sturgis has trouble with it, and Peterson's going to reach on the air. So leadoff runner for the Bears, and that's going to bring Mazurko to the plate.
We have to make those plays today, Kyle.
Yes, we do.
To win this game, you have to make everything routine.
In a 7-inning game, you give them 21 outs. Got him. They got him. Picked him off. So nice pickoff move by Tate Catanese. Good tag by Bryce Hinsdale, and much needed out there. That made up for that error, Pat.
Yes, it did.
So that's out number 1. No pitch to the batter. So Mazurko steps into the box. And that's going to be foul. I'm going to think I hit him. So no balls and 1 strike. You know, you don't see pickoff plays very often, Pat, but we've now seen them. I think we had one Monday night. We now have one tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, they got good moves off of there. It's a nice thing to have. That one looked like it was a little high there, Kyle.
Yeah, that one.
When the batter's ducking, you know.
Maybe he was going to curve and didn't curve. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball outside. We're at the mercy kind of the scoreboard to tell whether things are balls or strikes from our vantage point. And I think that ball curved in for a strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mazurko, playing right field today. And there's a foul ball down the first base side. Somebody might want to get that baseball.
Yeah, it's not in a safe spot there, Terry.
No, it's in play. Not really in play, but there's a foul. So count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to the batter. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Frewsburg leads by a score of 2-0. 2 runs in that first inning for the Bears. And Mazurko's staying alive by fouling these pitches back. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And
Another foul ball.
Another foul.
Well, at least with this little wind, Kyle, we're drying our grass off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That
I
means
know,
we
I
gotta
know you've
mow.
been on yours. I haven't been on mine. That's going to be problematic. And there's strikeout number 1 of the inning for Tate Catanese. Nice pitch there right at the knees. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And that's going to bring number 21, San Filippo, to the plate.
Yeah, I've been on mine, but you can't tell I've been on mine. Well, I've mowed mine twice.
Good pitch there by Tate. Anytime you see righties buckling and ends up being a strike, you know that's a nice little curveball that had the hitters confused. So no balls and 1 strike. Ball low, 1-1.
So, Kyle, a little bit change to the schedule for this week. We only thought we had 3. Now we have 1 tonight, 1 tomorrow night in Clymer, and Friday night in Clymer.
Yeah, they added the Casadega Valley game tomorrow night. So we'll go 3 straight nights with CSP games here on Channel 98.9. Next 2 are at home. Tate liked that one for sure, Pat.
Yeah, he didn't
A
get
little
the call
inside,
on
I
it.
guess. So 3 balls and 1 strike to San Filippo. Lewis is on deck. Yeah, there's a strike on the outer side part of the plate. So full count here to the number 8 hitter with 2 outs, nobody on. There's a big swing and a miss. So Tate does it himself. So CSP gets out of the inning after a leadoff error. They threw a guy out, picked off a guy at first. So no harm, no foul in the second inning. And after 2, it is Frewsburg 2, Wolfpack 0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Frewsburg, sunny and beautiful Frewsburg, where CSP battles Frewsburg Bears, and after 2 innings, Frewsburg leads by a score of 2-0. So as we enter the top half of the third, the Wolfpack are going to bring their 8, 1, and 2 hitters to the plate. So that means Tanner Mahako leads off the inning, and we should see Caden Beckrink and Gavin Burchanowski. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
I like to see him up there swinging, though.
Yep, I agree, Pat. What we would like to see is maybe, Hagelin had an 8-pitch second inning.
Yes.
Wouldn't be awful to see if we can get some pitches on his arm. But he's very efficient right now. Man, he is rocking the strike zone. So no balls and 2 strikes to Tanner down early in the count. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 3-pitch out for Hagelin here in the top of the third, and that's going to bring the top of the order to the plate. And Caden Beckrink, who reached on a base hit in the first, right?
Yep.
The ball outside. So second time these CSP hitters now will have seen Hagelin, see if they can learn anything from that first time around. And Caden's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Ball high, so 3-0. Just need base runners at this point. Doesn't matter how you get on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Get somebody on there and make them. Okay, now he's set. 3-1.
Ball high, so got some speed on the bases with a walk to Caden Beckrink. And that's going to bring freshman Gavin Burchanowski to the plate.
Last time he sacrificed bunted, Gavin
did a really nice job.
Caden over to second.
So we've got speed on the bases with Beckrink. Hagelin checks over to him. 1 out here in the third.
Good cut.
Big cut there by Gavin. No balls and 1 strike. Another swing and a miss for strike 2. So Gavin down early, no balls and 2 strikes. Bryce Hinsdale singling back in the first is on deck.
Taking a long look at Caden over here.
Ball outside. 1-2.
Pick-off attempt. No good.
There's a swing and a miss. Caden stealing, and he's going to be thrown out at second base. So strikeout, throw out for the Frewsburg Bears, and that brings an end to the top half of the third. So after 2.5, the Wolfpack lead, or I'm sorry, the Wolfpack trail by a score of 2-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Welcome back to Frewsburg, where CSP trails the Bears by a score of 2-0 as we enter the bottom half of the third inning. And we are going to see
9-1-2.
9-1-2 for Frewsburg. Want to apologize in advance for those watching on Facebook Live. We've got some movement in our camera today. We're going with the iPad versus the Mevo, and it's moving around a little bit, so I want to apologize for that. And if the owner of Channel 98.9, Brian Silvis, is listening, I think we need a new tripod. Hopefully we can If anybody out there wants to sponsor that tripod, please give Brian a call. So 1 ball and no strikes to the number 9 hitter, Lewis. And there is a base hit to right field. So Frewsburg gets their leadoff man on. And that's going to bring the top of the order up, which means starting pitcher for Frewsburg, Hagelin, steps into the box. He reached on back in the first with a base hit, I believe.
Hit, yep.
And
he hit that ball deep in the hole that Gavin got to but couldn't make the throw in time.
Yes, that's right. That's right. See if we can turn 2 here. Big swing and a miss there. Good stop by Grant. That ball was in the dirt. Hagelin a little bit aggressive up there at the plate. So no balls and 1 strike. Now if you're Tate and you see a batter get in the box like that, Pat, that's very aggressive and wants to hit the ball, I'd throw this ball out of the zone. I'd get this ball out of the zone, see how
he reacts to it, yeah.
To chase after it. And I think that was called strike. Yeah, so no balls and 2 strikes to Hagelin. Lewis on first base with no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Shot.
And there's a base hit to right field, and Spiesman's going to come up throwing. So protective 2 strike hit there by Hagelin, and that's going to put runners at first and second here in the 3rd inning with no outs, and that's going to bring number 5 Brink to the plate, who hit one deep ball to left field over Carson White's head back in the 1st.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a double steal here, Kyle.
Yeah. And there's a first pitch strike to Brink. And there's a base hit to left field, and Carson White's going to come up throwing, and that's going to be cut off. So RBI single for Brink.
Scores a run for Frewsburg.
That scores a run to make it 3-0. Runners at first and second still with no outs. They're not hitting the ball particularly hard, Pat. They're just they're finding gaps.
Yeah, they're hitting them where we're not. That was hit between short and 3rd, and Gavin's over watching second base, which he's supposed to do.
And there's a first pitch strike to Sheasley, who had faced around a bunt.
Well, it's pretty obvious, Kyle. Frewsburg got their bad game out of their system last night.
Yeah,
against Westfield.
I would say they trailed Westfield in the top of the 7th and scored 2. Good stop in the dirt there by Grant. That evens the count at 1. Tate could use a strikeout here, Pat.
Yeah, I think I might try to hold that kid on at second real quick.
A curveball that didn't curve, so 2 balls and 1 strike. Cleanup hitter Ekman on the deck for the Bears. And there's a ground ball to second. We're going to see if we can turn 2, and we got him. So CSP turns 2. Nice. Really nice job there by Gavin Burchanowski and Tanner Mahako. Boy, that looked like professional stuff there, Pat.
Yes.
That was really well played. So that's a much-needed 2 outs there for the Wolfpack. And no damage done on the scoreboard. That did advance a runner from second to 3rd, but we'll take that. And that's going to bring Ekman to the plate. He's the catcher who threw out Caden Beckrink back in the first half of the third inning here, and he fouls back the first pitch, so no balls and 1 strike. And there's a fly ball that's going to land in right field. Everything's going to right field, so 3 singles to right, and that's going to score run number 4 for the Bears. So RBI single for Ekman, and that's going to bring Eckert, big 33 lefty, to the plate.
Yeah, they're just hitting it. They're hitting it where we're not standing, or not where we can't get to it, and they're hard shots. So.
Tate checking the runner over at first.
Well, Tate's doing what we said at the beginning. He's throwing strikes and making them hit the ball.
Yep, he definitely is doing that.
We're not letting them have any free runs.
At least let them earn it.
Yeah.
Ball outside, I think. So 1 ball and no strikes to the batter. We have 2 outs here in the third inning. 4-0 Frewsburg. There's a ball's going to get to the outfield.
Backed up by Caden.
Yeah.
Get a
so
timeout.
Stolen base for Ekman, and that puts a runner in scoring position.
Coach White's having a conversation with the ref, or Coach Marino's having a conversation with the umpire. I don't know if there was interference or...
Yeah, I'm not completely sure.
We can't see that part of the field.
No. Yeah, I would guess, Pat, that this is some sort of, it's either discussion, maybe it's discussion on count. They're both looking at their little...
Oh, maybe.
I believe 1 ball and 1 strike is correct, but I don't know that for sure. So
I don't know, but Coach White came out of the dugout in a hurry to.
Yeah, whatever the discussion was, it's been resolved, and if the scoreboard is correct, we got 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter,
and
2 outs here. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Eckert. CSP looking to get out of this inning. There's a swing and a miss. It gets to the backstop. See if we can get him at first. And we got him. So
nice play. Good play.
Good job by Grant Lictus and Bryce Hinsdale, and as a result, Frewsburg strands 1, but they get 2 across the plate in the bottom of the third. So after 3, Wolfpack trail by a score of 4-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
What are you saying to me, Don?
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9 and Facebook Live. I want to welcome those watching us and listening to us on the radio. I'm Kyle Hinsdale, joined by my partner, Pat Catanese. And after 3 innings, CSP trails the Frewsburg Bears by a score of 4-0. CSP is going to bring 3, 4, and 5 hitters to the plate in this inning. They're going to face number 4, Chase Haglund, who started the game and has been very efficient for the Frewsburg Bears. Bryce Hinsdale, who singled back in the first inning, is going to lead it off. So let's see if we can get a leadoff runner on and do some damage here in the 4th inning. And Bryce looks at strike 1 to start the inning. Ball low, 1-1.
I'm glad the person running the scoreboard's on top of it, Kyle, so we know the count. There's a hard hit ball.
A hard hit ball right up the middle, and that's going to be single number 2 for Hinsdale. So leadoff runner on for the Wolfpack. And that's going to bring number 14, Tate Catanese, to the plate. I mentioned, Pat, CSP's 5-2 on the year. I think I almost read that Frewsburg might be 11-0, and you might.
Yeah, 12-0 I saw this morning. Yeah.
Paper. You might wonder how they have so many games, but
they played in
they go down
South Carolina. Yeah,
they go down south and play. And there's a base hit for Tate Catanese to left field. Tate gets up there swinging at the first pitch, and good job of hitting by the 2 juniors from Panama. And as a result, CSP's got a little lightning here, with no outs and runners at first and second. And that's going to bring big lefty Grant Lictus to the plate. See if we can keep the bats hot here, Pat.
Yeah, I think that they've realized that he's piping that first one for a strike. So
trying to get ahead in the count.
So they're just taking advantage of that. They don't have to worry about his pitch count tonight, anyways, because he only had 7 in 1 inning, so he can
right.
He can go the complete game if he wants.
Oh boy, get down, ball, get down or out of play. All right, CSP catches a break there. That bunt was in the air for what seemed to be a
long time, too long.
But it lands on the ground foul, so just a long
foul ball or short foul ball.
Short foul ball.
Yeah.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. And that ball is in the air, and he's going to get him. So Grant has a foul ball or a bunt that goes in the air, gets caught, and that's going to get out Bryce at second. So double play for Frewsburg, and just like that, the threat here in the 4th is diminished. So CSP still with a runner at first. That ball high and tight inside on Carson White. So 2 outs here. Swing and a miss for Carson. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Tate's always talking.
Talking to somebody.
Talking to
know him or don't know him.
Ball outside, I believe. 2
Yeah.
balls and 1 strike. He's worried about Tate for sure.
Yeah, he is. He's keeping him close to that first base.
Tate's happy to get dirty.
Huh. Yeah. So is his mother.
And there's a strike. So
2 strikes and 2 balls.
That evens the count at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore from Clymer. See if we can make contact here, Carson.
High.
High. So full count. So Tate's going to be running on the pitch here with 2 outs and a full count.
Little cat and mouse game going on here.
Yeah. And there he goes, and that ball's low. So base on balls for Carson White. And CSP now has runners at first and second. And that's going to bring Colin Sturgis to the plate. Did Chase Haglund and Tate ever play together,
Yes.
Pat? I thought
Yeah.
so.
Played a little travel together.
Yeah.
And against each other in travel, so they've seen each other a lot.
A big swing and a miss for Colin for strike 1. 2 outs here with runners at first and second for the Wolfpack. Ball in the dirt. Good job by Mason.
Ekman, yeah.
Behind the plate to stop that.
1-1 on Colin. 2 outs.
And
there you go.
Foul behind the home plate. So that's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Colin's got to protect now. Ball high.
Ooh, looked good from way up here, though, didn't it?
Yep. 2-2 to the batter. Good job by Colin to
stay alive.
Stay alive.
Yep.
Two and two. They check Tate at second. There's a swing and a miss for Colin for strike 3. So CSP threatens here in the 4th, but get no runs across. They strand 2, and after 3.5, they trail by a score of 4-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball on Channel 98.9. And CSP trails by a score of 4-0 over the Frewsburg Bears. And Tate Catanese, the CSP starting pitcher, is going to come out for inning number 4. And CSP is going to face, I believe, 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Frewsburg.
God, I was walking back over here, and there was a banana peel, and I had to make sure I didn't step on that
Yeah,
and slip and fall.
Good job on that.
Remember the old cartoons when the people used
I do remember that.
All right, so who are we going to see here?
I think.
Peterson, Mazurko, and San Filippo.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
6, 7, 8. Okay.
Yep.
6, 7, 8 here in the bottom of the fourth. And just to recap, CSP threatened back in the first inning and were unable to get any across. The Frewsburg Bears responded with 2 in the bottom of the first and then 2 in the bottom of the second, I think.
Kyle, I think we have a different hitter up for them right now. Number 6.
No, Peterson.
Okay.
And there's a fly ball to left field, and Carson White makes the grab. So good job by Carson. He had to come in for that one. That was a lazy fly ball, and he got underneath it. So good job by the sophomore. And that's 1 pitch, 1 out here in the fourth. And that's going to bring Mazurko to the plate. And that's going to be
out of play.
So no balls and 1 strike.
I think the right side of the infield, Andrew in right field ought to be awake for this young man.
Yep. There's the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Grant, 1-1. There's a ground ball to third. Hard hit. Collin comes up throwing. Good reach by Bryce, and that's out number 2. Good play by Colin Sturgis over at third. And 1-2 so far here in the fourth. And that's going to bring San Filippo to the plate. Efficient inning so far for Tate. I don't know about you, Pat, but I'm having difficulty tracking the ball once it comes off the bat.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea where it's
going. I'm just waiting for the dirt to fly or someone to make a play.
1 ball and 1 strike to the number 8 hitter for the Frewsburg Bears. And that ball is foul somewhere behind home plate. So Tate's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there is a play. Great catch by Gavin Burchanowski,
nice
at shortstop. Showing his range there as for the freshman. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Wolfpack here in the fourth. Much needed for efficient inning for Tate Catanese. And so after 4, the Wolfpack trail by 4. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP licensed real estate agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Welcome back, where CSP trails the Frewsburg Bears by a score of 4-0. CSP will bring their 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate here in the 5th. So that means Andrew Spiesman is going to lead us off.
Hit the ball hard in the first inning, or the first time at bat.
Chase Haglund, today's starting pitcher for Frewsburg, takes the mound here in the 5th. Looks like a strike there, so no balls and 2 strikes early for Andrew. Swing and a miss for strikeout number 1 and out number 1 of the inning, 3-pitch out. And that's going to bring Tanner Mahako to the plate. There's Tanner making some contact there. Foul ball, but made contact. So no balls and 2 strikes early. Ball high. 1 and 2. Caden Beckerink, leadoff hitter for the Wolfpack, on deck. And there's a slow roller to third. He comes up throwing, and Tanner's going to be out at first. So good job by Tanner to make contact there and put pressure on the defense, but defense did its job, and 2 batters up here in the 5th, 2 outs, and that's going to bring Caden Beckerink to the plate.
I don't mind seeing that though, Kyle. Making them, like we just talked earlier, make them field the ball and make a play.
Yep. Caden's up there swinging, foul tip for strike 1. Ball low, 1 and 1. 2 outs here in the 5th. Swing and a miss for strike 2. At this point in time, CSP needs to get some base runners.
Yes.
Some way, somehow.
5th inning.
There's a foul down the left field line.
Made the crowd stand up over there.
Yep. There's the 1-2 pitch. And that ball's outside. That evens the count at 2. And that's
ball
outside.
3.
So Caden's worked his way to a full count here. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Frewsburg Bears. And as we enter the bottom half of the 5th, the Wolfpack trail by a score of 4-0. We'll be right back after we pay some bills.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Frewsburg, New York, where CSP trails 4-0 as we enter the bottom half of the fifth. And
9 in the top of the order.
we're going to see Lewis, Haglund, and Brink. And they've really, Pat, only done damage with that.
Well, Lewis had a base hit and scored in that 2 innings ago, so he hit the ball to the right side of the infield.
Tate comes out, Tate Catanese comes out, today's starting pitcher for his 5th inning. No reason or no sign of reason to take him out.
No.
So let him keep going. Ball inside. Tate had a very efficient inning back in the 4th. He's just finding his groove right now. It's a foul tip that I think went off the mask of Grant. Made its way all the way back out to Tate. You don't see that happen.
No.
Pat.
No. Grant says, I'm good, and here we go.
One ball and one strike to the number 9 hitter for Bears.
Pop fly, it's out of play.
Out of play down the first base line here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. See if Tate can take care of this himself. And he does. So he got him on watching strike 3, and so 1 out here in the 5th.
Top of the order now.
Bringing the top of the order, Haglund to the plate.
He's had base hit both times at bat and scored both times, so we got to keep him off the base paths.
Yep. There's first pitch strike. Tate has worked ahead most of the game today, which makes it a lot easier from a pitching standpoint. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So Tate ahead early, no balls and 2 strikes. Like to see something that's not anywhere near the strike zone here.
Pat. Yeah.
See if we can get him to chase something. And there's a ground ball to short. Gavin comes up throwing, and Bryce gets him at first. So good job by Gavin Burchanowski at shortstop, and 2 up, 2 down so far for the Wolfpack, and that's going to bring Brink to the plate.
He's had a double and a single. So hopefully I jinxed Haglund on that last one, and I jinxed Brink on this one.
Good change up there by Tate. Brink way out in front of that one, so no balls and 1 strike.
I gotta say, Kyle Gavin's playing a pretty good shortstop, knock on wood.
Yes, he is.
Let's not jinx him, Pat.
Yes, he is. Ball low, evens the count at 1. 2 outs here in the 4th. Base is empty. CSP trails 4-0. Ball inside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
He's not letting him crowd the plate, that's for sure.
There's a strike down the middle part of the plate. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. See if Tate can strike him out and get out of this inning. And that ball's in the dirt. So full count to the number 2 hitter in the Frewsburg Bears lineup.
Be nice to keep him off the base paths and get in and hit the ball.
And
struck him out.
Struck him out looking. So good job by Tate Catanese, and another efficient inning for the Wolfpack. So after 5, CSP trails by a score of 4-0. We got to get the bats going as we enter the 6th. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Welcome back, where CSP trails by a score of 4-0 as we enter the 6th inning. CSP looking to get some base runners here as they are running out of outs. 6 outs remaining. They need to do some damage here in the 6th inning, where they're going to bring their 2, 3, and 4 hitters, and Gavin Burchanowski's up, and he's going to ground to short. So first pitch swinging, right idea for Gavin, puts the ball in play, and that's going to be out number 1, and that's going to bring Bryce Hinsdale to the plate. Bryce enters his at bat 2 for 2, 2 singles on the day. See if he can be our first base runner of the inning. Ball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. And there is a base hit to left field, so Bryce Hinsdale goes 3 for 3. And CSP has their first base runner here in the 6th.
Well, he's got Hagelin's number today, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And
let's see if Tate can get it.
Crime, Tate Catanese steps into the box. Tate with a hard hit single back in the 4th inning. He was first pitch swinging. We'll see if he does the same thing here, Pat.
Yep.
He's going to jump all over that thing.
He knows what's coming, I think.
Foul ball for strike 1.
All right, base hit here now. Get Bryce moved over.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So Tate down early, no balls and 2 strikes.
Got to protect it now.
Yeah. I do not suspect Bryce to be running here, Pat. And there's a ground ball to first. He struggles with it, and he steps on the bag for out number 2. So Tate put the ball in play, and first baseman juggled it a little bit, but he didn't have far to go. And and he got the ball and stepped on the bag. That advanced Bryce from first to second, so a runner in scoring position. See if Grant Lictus can
hit one hard somewhere, Grant.
That ball is outside.
No,
I'm sorry,
called it a strike.
So no balls and one strike. And there's a strike across the number.
No, ball.
Oh, ball.
That was
Sorry.
a ball.
I'm confused.
Yeah, we can't call from up here.
So
we
one
just
ball
can't tell.
and one strike here is the official count. Checks Bryce back at first, or second, excuse me. Not a huge lead for Bryce there at second. There's a swing and a miss for strike two. So now Grant's got to protect here with 2 outs in the 6th inning. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hagelin gets himself out of a little bit of a jam after Hinsdale singles for the 3rd time today. And after 5.5, CSP trails by a score of 4-0. We'll be right back after we pay some bills.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball on Channel 98.9 and Facebook Live. Want to thank our sponsors who you listen to or you hear during the break. Encourage you to patronize those businesses because they've allowed Pat and I to broadcast this game for you and allow us to do it each and every game throughout the CSP Wolfpack season. So CSP enters the bottom half of the 6th trailing 4-0. Tate Catanese is going to get his 6th inning under his belt here, and we're going to see 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Bears, which means Sheasley for Frewsburg leads us off, and he looks at the ball to start the at-bat. There's a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's a pop-up that's going to be to right field, and Andrew Spiesman makes the grab. So good job by Andrew Spiesman running to make that catch and fly out number 1 for the inning and out number 1. And that's going to bring cleanup hitter Ekman to the plate. Ball at the knees for strike 1. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So Tate ahead early here. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the 6th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That ball's in the dirt. Good stop by Grant. Good waste for Tate there.
What a beautiful evening. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. Couldn't have asked for a nicer evening. And there's a ground ball to
Gavin.
short. Gavin comes up throwing, and he's going to get him at first base. So Gavin Burchanowski continues his stellar defense, and that's out number 2 of the inning. And that's going to bring big number 33, Eckert, to the plate. Frewsburg's first baseman, lefty. Ball,
I don't know.
They put it up on the scoreboard. I'm not sure, but it looked good from here. But so
1 ball, 1 strike now.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Out of play.
Ball's out of play down the third base line. So Tate ahead early, 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the 6th. CSP trails 4-0. That ball is popped up. That one might stay in play, Pat, over by the third base line. And, Colin Sturgis could not make the play.
Gave him new life. Gave him new life.
So there was room there, just couldn't make the grab. And as a result, stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss. So Tate does it himself. CSP goes 1-2-3 there defensively. And after 6 innings, CSP trails by a score of 4-0. We got our final 3 outs of the game coming up. CSP's got to get the bats going. We'll see if they can do it when we get right back.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back, where we start the top of the 7th inning, and CSP's got to put 4 runs on the board to extend this game. And Chase Haglund, who's started for Frewsburg, is going to come out, see if he can pitch the complete game shutout, and he gets strikeout number 1 of the inning of Carson White. So 1 out here, and Colin Sturgis is going to step into the box. There's strike number 1. Looking for base runners, Pat.
Yes,
base
absolutely.
Runners. It was foul ball, so strike 2. So Collins down early, no balls and 2 strikes.
4 runs is not a lot to make up, so We can do it. Just got to start hitting the ball here.
And there is strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Frewsburg Bears, and CSP's up to their last out. And Andrew Spiesman is going to step into the box. He's hit the ball hard today. And that first pitch is a strike, so Hagelin finding the groove here.
Out of play.
That ball's out of play down the first base line. So no balls and 2 strikes. Let's see the Wolfpack hitter. And there's a ground ball to short. Comes up throwing. And that's going to be out number 3. So in what turned out to be a very efficient game, Pat, an hour and 26 minutes, if that. CSP falls to the Frewsburg Bears by a score of 4-0. And I'll tell you, Pat, really nice job by both pitchers today. Chase Hagelin obviously is going to get the win in the shutout, but Tate Catanese for CSP, I thought, pitched a heck of a game and did exactly what we talked about doing at the beginning of the game, which is make them earn everything.
Yep.
They didn't really, outside of a ball hit over Carson White's head to left field, they didn't really hit the ball that hard.
No, and I don't think Tate had a base on balls this game.
Nope, he didn't. He did not. And
it tallied it up. Tate had 7 strikeouts, and Chase had 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, so it was a pitcher's duel, and they happened. You know, CSP got base runners. We the first inning we had second and third with 1 out, and multiple times throughout the game we had first and second. We just never could get a necessary, that clutch hit when we needed it.
Right, we couldn't get people crossing the home plate,
and that's what Frewsburg did. Frewsburg, in the inning where they scored 2 runs to make it 4-0, they hit the ball 3 times to right field.
Yes.
And not hard hit balls, just
right seeing eyeball.
Right where they needed to be.
Yep.
So we'll face this team again, I think, and I think if nothing else today proved that we can hang with these guys. We just need to make sure that we take advantage of when we get base runners. We got to take advantage of getting them across the plate.
Yeah.
And
because fielding wise, CSP played a great game.
Oh yeah,
I think they played great.
I agree. So so CSP falls here in Frewsburg, New York. Brings their record to 5-3. A schedule change for the week. CSP is going to play host to Cassadaga Valley tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, I believe.
Clymer, yeah.
In Clymer, so you'll be able to listen to that game here on Channel 98.9. And then on Friday night, we follow that up with another game in Clymer. CSP plays host to Brockton.
Brockton, correct.
Who we have yet to see this year,
right?
I believe. We haven't seen Cassadaga Valley
either. No, but I think that they're a pretty good ball team, and I think both teams coming up are pretty good ball teams. So we're going to have to play the field-wise like we did tonight and then start getting the bats going, and we're going to be just fine.
Yep. So for Pat Catanese, I'm Kyle Hinsdale, CSP with a loss here in Frewsburg by a score of 4-0. We look forward to hearing and seeing everyone tomorrow night at 5 p.m. as CSP plays host to Cassadaga Valley. Wish everyone a happy evening.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is presented by Lictus Oil and Propane, Countertop Solutions, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Supply, Triple E Manufacturing, Necker's Company General Store, Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing, the Cornerstone Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Hoyer's Greenhouse, Mosher's Carpeting, Utegg's Body Shop, and Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent. Tune in next time for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball.